Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Reaper Podcast. I am your host, John Reaper. As always, wow, I got some new stuff that's going to be out there. I did attend the 4th of July over the last week, and it was beautiful. Sitting there, I didn't really have time to say because it was like everything was going so fast. And I was like, I didn't have time to set it up or whatever. So I kind of like just tweeted pictures out and stuff like that. It was incredibly awesome and loved it. Loved every second of it. So, I got that this weekend, or last weekend, I guess you should say, that it was a blast. I actually got to go to a beach. I didn't go swimming. And here's why. I didn't go swimming because it's really just it's hard to. Yeah, I just wanted to sit there and admire nature, and I got like video and all that. And it was funny because sitting there, this guy it was a big blow up thing. I guess you sit on. It looked like like a raft that you could sit on, but it was like a rubber ducky. And I was laughing because I seen this thing sitting there. I'm like, that's cool. So I'm sitting there. All of a sudden, I look up. Right in front of me, here goes by the rubber ducky, just floating by. And it was on its side on the water, and it was just like going like whoosh, And here's a guy chasing the rubber ducky, and there's like people in the background, like, cause like I turned it on, I was like, oh, this is gonna be funny, I want to see it, and you can hear people in the background going, oh my gosh. The guy's taking a picture because he's struggling. It's like, really, I kind of wanted to like snap back, dude, and just like, recording it. I think it's funny. It's nothing personal, and it kind of, it gets in your mind that like, okay, you see an animate object blow down the river, okay, or like a lake. I think it was a lake. Blow down the lake. It should teach you to let go. I mean, the thing was like, I think it was end up in the embankment somewhere, and he had to stop, get out of the water, and I think they tried to retrieve it from a raft. I don't know if they could find it or something happened or whatever, but, I'm pretty sure that thing was probably like $20-$30, maybe more than that. I mean, yeah, it was expensive, but I've seen them like not really paying attention to it. Nobody was even on the stupid thing. It was just out in the water. It was a windy day. So if a float like that, yeah, it's gonna get blown away. But I thought it was funny, and then I enjoyed my rest of the day just sitting there relaxing. The kid went and swam, and we was hanging out with friends and the wife, and it was pretty awesome. I loved it. I mean, it was beautiful, man. You got a little beach area, but then you have like the other side. It looks like an island on the other side. And it was just like a bunch of forests, and the water was beautiful. Man, I just sit there relaxing and just sitting there, goofing around on some parts, but yeah, that was my weekend of relaxing time and everything. I spent like a lot of time with my son. I think I spent like probably a whole week with him, and it was good for him too. a lot of things were happening, and he needed to get away, and it was good for him, and like I was just running ragged like all week. I was like, ugh, to where now like I'm so tired. Like I didn't want to get up. I think I got up at like noon, and that's bad. Usually I get up at like 9 or 8 or 9 or 10 on like my days off or the weekend. But I got up at 12. I'm like, oh man, I'm so drained. But everything is fantastic, you guys. But I want to get into some news that came out. The mysterious character of the Dragon Ball Super movie is not mysterious anymore. It is Brawly. Yeah, you got that right. Some stuff was leaked over a poster that said Dragon Ball Super movie Brawly at the bottom. I don't know whether it's fake. Everybody is saying so, now they're bringing Brawly into canon. And it's, to me, that if they're gonna do the tradition like they did with Battle of the Gods, the Battle of the Gods movies were one were Beerus, and then Goku, and then the other one is Frieza. But they put that in the movie arcs. And then after those movies arcs, they made the series, and they never made a movie. After that, they just kind of went on, and now after everything has died down, now they're gonna make a movie. And I say they're going to make 2 more movies. I say this is going to be one movie, and then there's going to be another movie, and then the series is going to come back. But I could be wrong. They could make this movie, and Brawly's canon now. So Brawly is going to be, they're probably going to make a series, and Brawly is going to be in the series if they do like Battle of the Gods. I'm hoping they kind of do, because the movies, like they shorten it. I mean, they're really, really good made, but they shorten it. And then they take this and then they make it longer when you put it in the series. I hope they do that. So that way you can get more in depth, because a movie is so, you can only put a story of a character in it for so long that it will make like a boring origin story for like the most talking point, and then at the end there's action, and then the movie's over. For a series, there's like a mix between action, backstory, funniness, and you get more, and there's more depth to it. They add more stuff in the series, and I hope they really do that. It kind of stinks that, but the one thing that doesn't get me, I mean, maybe he was one of the Saiyans, but I could have sworn they said it was the movie's going to be about an ancient Saiyan, and it's going to be about, the origins of, I don't know, it's weird, but who knows, well, I hope I can still be a part of it. I haven't really been bugging, which I need to. It's just, my life just been spun, and like, Will Smith said, flipped upside down, in a good way, not in a bad way, but in a good way. Just a lot of stuff has been happening behind the scenes, and you guys don't even see this stuff, and it's like, and it's because I can't really, I'm doing all this stuff, and I can't do anything, for myself, But I'm still making videos. Don't worry. I'm still editing videos, getting them done. I want to get a big library up again, and then start. I'm almost done writing, and I want to get done writing the theory video. I want to get done doing that, and then I want to get done editing the video for you guys so I can put it out there. It's taken me so long to catch up because I'm like, man, this got in the way, that got in the way. But hopefully everything kind of returns to normal. I might move when I record to Saturday because Saturday, there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's just a lot of, you know what I mean? It's just a lot of stuff going on, and I don't want to, Saturday is like, I could come back here, record a podcast, and then boom. Or I'm free to do whatever, Like I can come back, talk to other people or whatever, so it's pretty interesting, to say the least. That way I'll have more time to in editing. That way I can get up and edit, and then it'll be editing by the time I get done, So, I do appreciate you guys, and I love every single one of you out there that support me and that, support this channel and my Twitter, and I love every second of it. You guys you're so wonderful. You are. You guys have done a lot for me in several years, especially on Twitter. I do appreciate Konami. I do appreciate them for following me, and all the people, Mad Gamer, Phantom. I totally forgot his handle, but his name is Tommy. I know that. Let me get it real quick. Cause I don't want to be like, oh, dude, you forgot my handle. It's like, yeah, I think it's Phantom B. I don't want to say something and it not be like, yeah, Phantom King V, Tommy or Timmy. Where did I get Tommy at? But it's Timmy. In Visions, I do appreciate, just a lot of all the Konami staff, ex-Konami staff as well. Robert Peeler. I cannot pronounce the new Metal Gear community manager, and I don't want to, because I don't want to hurt his feelings, because I don't know how to translate it. So it's just a lot of people I want to thank, and I can get outwinded with here, but man, I love you guys. I love every single one of you. Peter Richer? Peter Widger. I like to thank him as well. He's been an awesome guy. I haven't been in touch with anybody hardly. It's because I've been trying to work and get this stuff done, and not have any to be people like burning me off course. I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get some money built up for the giveaways, because I'm like stuck, because I'm like, oh, I didn't know it was gonna be this much and stuff, and I'm like, well, I need to like build up money for. I still got one more thing I gotta send out to this guy, and then after that, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna move on to the next item, because I have one more item left, and if everything whittles down, I might like to one thing. I might like put it all in a bundle, and just like I'll send everything to one person, and one person will get this like whole bundle thing. I was gonna do that at first, but I'm like, no, because I don't want like people be like, well, that that's it. I don't have any more. When are you gonna do any more giveaways? And it's like, So there's just a lot of stuff happening and going on, and I just appreciate everything. So let's go on to the gaming world. The gaming world is so awesome. for Kingdom Hearts. I cannot wait for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out in January. I had this thing pre-ordered like years in advance. I mean, um, the same could be said for Kingdom Hearts 2.8. That thing was pre-ordered before the release date of it. You know, so it was like years too. You know, I pre-ordered 2.8 and Kingdom Hearts 3 at the same time, and this was before like way. I think Kingdom Hearts 3. I think that showed. I think it showed like not the first footage, but the where they redone stuff. I think I'm not for sure, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pre-order it now. Um, Now it's paying off. You know, a lot of people out there is like, why won't you pre-order Death Stranding? Well, there is a reasons, and it seems like those reasons have become a reality. Yes, that's me cracking open a cold pop. Pepsi. I don't drink. But the reason is because if you go on Amazon, a lot of people have seen it on Target as well. But if you go on Amazon, and nothing has changed ever since the first trailer. That's it. I mean, after it's a weird. You know, you would think Amazon or one of the Kojima production staff would be like, we need to update this puppy. But now it's going to where you can't pre-order anything. It's unavailable. Weird, right? So, it's funny because I've been telling people, and I've been thinking, I'm like, what if this is a movie and not a game? What if there's like two things? What if it's a game? You know, what if they release a game aspect of it, but then it ends, and then there's a movie part, you know, where you just watch a movie, or you watch a movie and then, you know, it's there's something there because it's weird. They don't update anything. And pre-ordering is unavailable. It's like, why would pre-order be unavailable? You know, I get a feeling something is going to happen to where it's like, you know, I mean, already Kojima makes games like it's a movie, you know, and that's great. You know, he did that back in the day, and that was great. But in a way, there's something up with this. I mean, I'm not joking. There is something up with this. It's very shifty. It's very shifty. I mean, like, and not to mention when Lindsay Wagner kind of like, you know, this when she said this movie, and then she goes, I'm sorry, this game," which I'm like, huh? I'm like, well, wait a minute. She's never interacted with video games or done anything with video games, and she's always been a movie star. Maybe she just kind of. But now it's starting to click and make sense. What if this is actually a movie? I mean, but you're like, well, hold on. What about the walking and everything? How do we know that? How do we know him walking is not part of the movie? There's no HUDs or anything like that we've seen. There is no, like, it. I don't know. Like, we've only seen portions of the entire game. Like, I bet you we've only seen a penny of like $1,000 to $5,000 deal, and we've only seen a penny, or well, like 5 pennies. You know, there's just a lot of stuff going on with Death Stranding that it's getting me kind of like, what if it's a half movie, half game? You know, or what if it's like a game and a movie? They're two same things. If you want to watch a movie, you watch a movie or watch a game. Or there's something in between. What if you watch a movie and it locks? Let's say like you watch a movie and you get to a certain part and it just locks up. And then you would have to go into the game portion and try to figure it out to unlock that portion of the movie. Just like, or what if we're seeing a game version, but there's a full movie version behind it, like maybe his past, or something, and we have to unlock bits and pieces of it, and then we would get like a full movie out of it. Who knows? I mean, it's kind of like, it feels like a nuclear armament. That's what, that could be. You would have to do certain things to unlock this portion. And it would stick you in this loop, maybe, or make you stay in this world. Because as you can see, there's two different worlds. Or there's different worlds, as you can see. So it's something to think about. Do I think this is Metal Gear? Yes. Yes, I think this is Metal Gear. You know what? I'm just going to blast it out there. I know you guys are probably waiting on the video, which is fine. But I think Sam is either Ocelot. And you're like, wait a minute, Ocelot's still alive. No. How could it be Ocelot? Well, if you know, it's like in Metal Gear 3. And then after that, the other Metal Gears was Ocelot. He's different. He's not goofy like Metal Gear Solid 1. He was like strict. Metal Gear Solid 2, he was strict, but he didn't do the whole like Metal Gear Solid 3 thing. Metal Gear Solid, of course, 5, he was way different. Metal Gear Solid 4, he didn't act like himself. It was weird. It was like, and you think about it, the way he was going through the stages at the end of the fight in Metal Gear Solid 4, it was kind of like he was reverting back to himself. Like, the liquid, the Ocelot was leaving him, It was weird, I don't know. I think, I really think, I really do. I really think, it could be like the old Ocelot. Well, what about the woman? Well, the woman, in the picture, because they're like, well, what about, well, I think it's Silent Hill. Silent Hill wouldn't be this creative. It's not scary. I'm sorry, Silent Hill scares like the poo out of me. I mean, like, I want to go take a poo every time I play the game. This is kind of like artistic, laid back. It's not scary. It's kind of like, it's creepy in a way, but when you see like the floaty things, it's like, oh, that's cool. Man, that's fascinating. It's not like, oh, that's so, oh, that's just, oh, that's, oh, I'm terrified. No, I'm sorry, it doesn't terrify me. Games that terrify me are Resident Evil, the older ones, Silent Hill, and Clock Tower. And Night Cry, stuff like that. That kind of like, oh wow, But other than that, nothing. So I do want to thank everyone for listening. I'm running short on time. I told you it's gonna be about like 30 minutes of the podcast. So guys, stay tuned for next week for another portion of the podcast. I'm gonna try to figure this out. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.